Each year in July, the leading lights in this field gather at the Coordinate Metrology Society's conference, the CMSC. Now, one of the highlights of each year's show is the presentation, as we know, of state-of-the-art white papers from those practicing the art of metrology at the highest levels in industry and academia. The best of these papers are collected twice a year in the Journal of the CMSC, which I'm proud to say we edit on behalf of the group. So, joining us today in our monthly CMSC Corner segment is Michelle Edwards. She's the Applications Engineering Manager for Farrow Technologies, as well as the Coordinate Metrology Society's Executive Committee member in charge of those aforementioned white paper presentations. So, Michelle, welcome to Quality Digest Live.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and glad to join you guys today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for being with us as well. Well, let me ask you this. So we'll start with a little bit of background. What kind of projects typically are presented via white papers at the CMSC each year, and who are those presenters?
Well, there's a variety of presenters, anywhere from users to those who develop technology, coordinate measurement technology, and also those in academia, researchers at universities or at your lab organizations or your government organizations. All of them contribute to the white papers.
And about how many papers are generally presented?
Well, it would depend on the topics and the interests that we feel, how pertinent the papers are to our particular conference, but we generally try to stay around 24 papers, somewhere around there per year. It's sometimes a little more or a little less. The content and the quality being of interest to those attending our conference is what's most important to us when choosing the papers.
And I think, if memory serves, last year, 2016, we had 25 or 26, I think we had at CMSC 2016.
That's correct, 26.
26, right, okay. Well, now you're an application engineer yourself, Michelle. So when you've been to CMSC many years, what kind of projects presented at the show in the past have you generally found to be the most interesting, the most educational, the ones you got the most out of?
Well, for me, I have a wide variety of interests, but I tend to like the application-oriented ones. I like to see people applying products that I'm accustomed to in new and exciting ways, measuring either something that's complex that I hadn't considered measuring with a laser tracker or with a scanner. I enjoy those. I also enjoy the academic ones where people are challenging accuracy and pushing the limits of accuracy and how quickly they can gather data and sort the data and decide what the data means and what it indicates. I find those personally to be quite interesting. I see that other people also enjoy those regarding GD&T in particular. Those tend to be well attended.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. You and I talked a long time ago, and I think you told me something about one of your personal projects that you did a long time ago had to do with, what, measuring chickens or something like that, if I remember right?
That's correct. I do like interesting measurement projects, and I was involved with one for measuring the repeatability of chicken joints, and it was again an academic setting. There were some people at Georgia Tech who were trying to predict an algorithm for where the joints of a chicken might be located based on its size, its weight, and the breeder. And they were surprisingly repeatable.
Well, I will say, as somebody who's, and Mike can attest to this, we've both been to the show many times, is even if you aren't deeply into the nuts and bolts of how 3D large volume 3D measurement equipment works, a lot of these are really interesting just for the projects themselves. Like you said, who would have thought that you would start measuring chickens, right? With some sort of scan or something like that. But there's historical preservation, archaeological stuff, a lot of really cool stuff. And so a lot of these papers and presentations are really interesting to read and really interesting to watch at the CMSC as well.
That's right. Well, Michelle, give us a little perspective here for people who might be out there interested in submitting a paper for presentation at CMSC 2017. So what's the process involved, and what are the deadlines? What is somebody who wants to maybe come to CMSC and present a paper, what do they need to know?
Well, the first thing we look for is an abstract of what you're interested in presenting. And the due date for that for the upcoming conference in July would be March the 10th this year. So March the 10th, we hope to have all the abstracts submitted. You can submit those via the website. If you go to CMSC's website, then you'll see the link to submit your abstract request. And then we look to see which ones are interesting, which ones are pertinent, which ones have the chance to make the cut. And through communications, then the deadlines are a little further down the line for you to expand on that abstract and submit that technical paper and then present the presentation material as well. Now, the conference itself is July 17th through the 21st this year. So you have some time in between.
And again, that website is www.cmsc.org, correct?
Correct, yes.
Great. So people can go out to www.cmsc.org and they can check out the application information and get their white paper in. And yeah, the show this year is in Park City, Utah. Great location. If you've ever been to Utah, beautiful place.
Bring your hiking shorts.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be nice. The weather will be nice this year in July, I'm sure, in Utah. So Michelle, thank you again for joining us today on CMSC Corner segment of Quality Digest Live, and we'll see you in July.
Great. See you then. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Michelle.
Talk to you soon, Michelle.